Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with a series review, and today I'm going to talk about The Reckoners by Brandon Sanderson. And this is a trilogy made up by Steelheart, Firefight and Calamity. So I read all of these three books in a time span of a couple of weeks and I absolutely loved them, and today I'm here to tell you guys why. So in the first book, Steelheart, we meet David Charleston, and he lives in this kind of universe where when he was little, this thing called Calamity happened, which is pretty much a big glowing sun kind of thing, and people ended up getting superpowers after that, and these people called epics. And when these people started to come about, people started actually abusing these powers and started killing people to, gain more power. And David's dad was one of the humans that were killed off in kind of a show off between two different epics. And after that, David has spent his entire life trying to get revenge on the epic that actually killed his father, and that happens to be Steelheart. David has heard of these people called the Reckoners, and these are the people that are trying to take down the epics and, make the world a better place. So David's lifelong mission, really, besides revenging his father's death, is to become one of the Reckoners. And, shit is about to go down. So that's pretty much what the series is about, and I freaking love these books so much. So in all of the three different books, we are in different cities in this universe, kind of the US, but they've changed the names of these cities. So we have like New Cargo and places like that. So it's take place in three different cities, but we do follow the same characters. In the second book, however, we get to meet a couple of new characters, and they're amazing. And I feel like the best part about this series is the characters. David, who is our main character, he is sarcastic and he's funny as hell, and he's really like cool without, having superpowers himself. And the thing about him is that since he's dedicated his life to revenging his father, he actually has written down like every single thing he knows about specific epics and epics in general in this kind of books. And, he knows a shitload about epics, and it's so fascinating, and I love the world. I love the characters. We get to be a part of the Reckoners in this series, and they're so cool. And even if they don't have powers themselves, I mean, they're badass and they kick ass, and to be a part of their like scheming plans trying to take down different epics is just so freaking cool. And in the different books, we follow different like main epics they're trying to take down. So here we have Steelheart, Firefight and Calamity. So that's pretty much sums up the names of the books. They do chase a lot of different epics in each and every book, but those are the like main ones. And I have to say actually that Firefight was my favorite in the series, because in this one we get to go into a city that is like completely almost underwater. So it's just buildings that sticks up a little bit over the water, so the white thing is supposed to be water. And David comes across this really high-tech kind of thing, and he's like flying around with the help of like water, and it's so cool, and he's so childishly happy about it. And the people that live in this place, it's just so cool. And the same goes for Calamity. And the same thing goes for Calamity. Like, the world is so cool, and how they survive and how they're like fighting back or not fighting back in some cases. And it's just such a cool series, and I love it so much. And this was the first Brandon Sanderson series I actually started reading, and it's the first series I actually finish. And I definitely have to say that I've gotten more taste of it. I want to read more of him because his characters are amazing. They develop so much, and none of them are perfect. I mean, they have their flaws, and that what makes the characters so good, and the world building is amazing, and you just, as a reader, you go straight into the book, you see everything in front of you, and it's amazing, because that's what you need to have in a book to be able to really get into it, and I love it so much. And that's pretty much the best part, but also it's kick-ass, and it has superpowers, and I freaking love superpowers, and the powers are all very different. There are superpowers that are really cool and really like unusual, and then there's powers that are a little bit more usual but they have different kind of tweaks on it. And then there's some powers that are really weird and odd, and you feel like, really? Of all the powers you got that one? Poor guy. But they're so good, and I love this series so much, and I ended up giving all of these books 4.5 or 5 stars. These two being Steelheart and Calamity got 4.5 out of 5 stars, and Firefight got 5 out of 5 stars, because that was for sure my favorite. So if you're looking to get into Brandon Sanderson, I definitely recommend The Reckoners. You don't have to read any of his books in a particular order, but I definitely feel like that is a good way to start, because that's actually a little bit more YA, so it's easier to get into, and it's a really quick read, and also they're not massive compared to his other books. But yeah, if you have read these books, or if you're planning to read them or want to read them or whatever, please let me know down in the comments, because I want to discuss them with you without spoiling, of course. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye!